Umamusume has just released the upcoming November schedule, and to our surprise, the Virgo Cup will be held less than 2 weeks after the end of Leo Cup, which is pretty crazy, considering that we cannot prepare aces in advance because the new Uma that is built in the upcoming Unity Cup, of course, will be better than URA Finale trained Umas. In this video, I'll discuss a quick summary of the Virgo Cup and all you need to know about it. First of all, the conditions for Virgo Cups are as following. Hanshin race course, turf, 1,600 meters, right-handed, fall, sunny, and firm condition. So here are the followings of the green skills that are suitable for the Virgo Cup. As always, prioritize getting speed greens, that is of course right-handed and fall runner if you can when getting these green skills. As for the recommended stats, it will be looking something like this. 1200 on speed, 40 stamina guidelines, 650 stamina and 300 guts should be enough. You can undercut this if you have recovery skill, of course. Power and width is flexible, but try to get it as high as you can. Possibly try to get around 900 or more in power because the secret stat bonus for this race course is power. So if you can, at least try to get a multiple of 300 in power for the extra juicy speed boost. As for the width, as usual, 600 plus for front runners and 400 for the other styles is pretty much enough. The racetrack will be looking something like this. It will start with a straight, followed by corner where the position keeps n, into the final corner, followed by the start of the late race into the final straight. Looking at this course, it is actually similar to our Cancer Cup course, where it is start by a straight with no overtake zone, into a corner, meaning frontrunners like Smart Falcon will see a rise in usage again, due to how strong she is at keeping the lead from the start until the late race. As for the acceleration skill, due to the late race being so further away from the final corner, skills like Redshift and Shooting for Victory is actually useless, unless you activate it later as a late surger, for example, with the case of Redshift on Last Cancer Cup, where technically you want to enter the 5th position a bit later than the final corner. The strongest acceleration skill here would be Angling and Scheming and Let's Pump Some Iron, due to their early activation because as soon as the lead race hits, these both acceleration skill pop off. Encouraging Shadow and Victoria for Blanca would also be good here as the starting straight point is near the start of the late race, although it is a bit later than the Angling and Scheming and Let's Pump Some Iron. With this, it means that the stronger style would be Frontrunner and Late Surgers or End Closer. Late Surger will also have access to Gambling Exertion skill, for example on your left, and it is now accessible with the release of the Nice Nature with card, which is really nice. Hand Closer and Late Surger also have access to Gambling Exertion skill, like Furious Feet from the Ogre Cat Power card. Base Chaser doesn't have any good access to the Exertion skill to win, so it is highly not recommended to run for the CM. Looking at the deck, since we will be building these CM Umas in the upcoming Unity Cup, it will look something like this. Kita-san Black will always be there for obvious reason, this card is unchangeable, followed by Rico card. The R version is also fine here. There is no way you won't get any copy from the 100 free rolls, so I'm expecting people to have at least R Rico here. The under 4 card slot will be a mix of speed and with cards. We will be mostly running with masking strategy here, so at least 3 with card, because from what I've heard in the Unity Cup, it will demand more energy than ever due to the explosion mechanics. So, the deck formation for all the styles will be the same. Obviously, for the speed card and with card, you want to adjust it for the hands. For example, Matikane Fukukitaru is a good with card for the guaranteed right-handed. Fine Motion for the right-handed and Forerunner hints is also really good. As for the speed card, you can adjust the usual stuff. For example, for late surgers, you can of course run Asian Flash. For any closers, you can run Narita Taishin, and for general purpose, you can just run Strip Tosho. There is also a special build for the front runners where you can run Tazuna instead of Rico, because let's just be real, concentration is really crucial for them. It's just that good of a skill for the front runners. And Tazuna still helps with the energy management. It could even replace Rico if you don't have Rico. You could even go as far as fitting both Rico and Tazuna in the deck from what I've seen personally. But I have no idea how this works because I haven't played it myself. As for the recommended UMA for each style, starting with the frontrunners. The first pick will of course be, as we all know, Summer Marzensky, solid unique for overtaking after position keeping ends, because it activates halfway through the race, one of the best options out there for the long distance racetrack. The next option is always Saiyan Sky. As we know by this point, if Saiyan Sky somehow gets first and activate her unique angling and scheming, it's GG, game over. No other Umas can possibly catch this Saiyan Sky. The last strongest option is Smart Falcon. Once again, due to her unique, it's very easy to keep the lead until the start of the late race, so she can proc angling and scheming reliably. The frontrunner meta seems to be mostly similar to Cancer Cup, only with the addition of Summer Marzensky. For the pace chasers, the options I would say that is viable really is only Ogre Cap, plain and simple, one of the best pace chaser out there with a good unique, followed by Alconor Pasa if somehow the room is not front heavy and she can magically activate her unique, is also viable but will be very hard to do. McQueen is also a viable option because having a good unique as always, although despite that, she have a bad aptitude with F on Mal, and pace chaser being unfavorable because no acceleration skill access makes this not worth it to train. For the late surgers, there are a lot of options. For example, Vodka, Grace Wonder, Major Orion, they are all very good options. Basically, you just want to stack as many gambling acceleration skill on them, like Redshift, on your left, let's pump some iron, Furious Speed, the same as Cancer Cup, and hope they proc any of it and win the race. There's also a nice nature debuffer if you want to run it. But I think it isn't that effective from my runs in Cancer Cup, even when I ran barely enough stamina on my horses. As for the enclosers, the only viable option really is the potential Uma. Yes, Mr. Get Blocked, aka Narita Taishin. In theory, she have good execution skill, which is Encroaching Shadow, decent unique, and all that, but by now we have seen she just gets blocked over and over, so yeah. Cold Ship and Hishi Amazon are really not that good for this M, so the only option is basically just Naruto Taishin. The team composition that will be the most popular will be once again the two frontrunner plus late or end closer. You might also think now that since it would be a frontrunner heavy meta, should I run another blockchain? Well, personally, I don't think it is worth it. Because with the Unity Cup update, all the new Umas will have higher stats naturally, and they will hit the same power and width on the aces as your block machine. And by this point, it is better to just run another frontrunner ace if you're planning on running a block machine, because it also increases your chance of winning the race. The other team composition would then probably be a mix of one frontrunner plus two late or end closer, or you just go full gambling with three late or end closers. All of this is of course up to your preference. Heron farming is also really straightforward for the Virgo Cup. Here are the list of the green skills with their support cards. Obviously, if you want to run a frontrunner as well, you cannot escape from the groundwork grind once again, so you need to farm groundwork. And that's basically it for the Virgo Cup. One more important thing is that please build your aces with the Unity Cup scenario, as Uma that is trained on the URA scenario will definitely lose because you will get matched simply with stronger Umas. I hope this video helps you. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.